Welcome to the Prop Market. I'm your host, the Prop King, and today I have my NFL Week 4 player props and best bets part 1. So part 2 will be coming out shortly, but on today's show I have 7 player props and 2 best bets. As always, I'm going to be 100% transparent. I'm going to recap last week, which was a winning week, and then overall, I'm going to go over our season stats. One of the few people online that actually give you a season stats. Most people give you a week to week. Some people give you a show to show, but very few people will give you a season stats total for the year. That's what we do here, 100% transparent, as I said earlier. And the main thing is, I want two things to happen while you watch my show. Number one, I want you to win. Number two, I want you to leave with more information than you came with. That's one of the things I pride myself on is giving you some information that you didn't have before or that you can't get off of a screen by pressing a button. If you appreciate those things, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also hit that like button and then leave a comment as well. It all helps the algorithm, helps my show to get out to more people. Another thing is, of course, every pick that I make on this show, I bet myself. I put my money where my mouth is 100% of the time. So I'm not telling you to go out there and make picks that I am not making. Let's go ahead and get to our stats from last week. I don't want to waste too much more of your time. So last week's recap, we went 4 and 3, 57%. Spread totals 1 and 0 at 100%. So we went ahead and cashed our spread pick for the Vikings -3. If you were a person that went ahead and cashed that, go ahead and hit that like button if you cashed the Vikings -3. And also, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. It's free, does not cost you a thing. For our winners, we got Tua Tagovailoa under his number, easy cash. Bo Nix, super easy. Jake Browning couldn't got any easier, all unders. And then Spencer Rattler, we went his over and he cashed that relatively easy. Now our losses, we had Justin Jefferson and he did not cash. Bijan Robinson could not get to his number. And then Patrick Mahomes, we had a bad beat right there. He should have easily cashed, but we had some drop passes. We also had some passes, yards that got taken away from us on two different occasions. So that's a really bad beat. And that's why I feel so confident with my pick for him as we're going back to him this week. 4 and 1, 80%. 18 and 12, 60%. So we are doing really well, 80% on our best bets. That's really profitable. And then of course 18 to 12, anything over 58% makes us profitable. And we're doing really well here in the NFL. Kyler Murray is my first pick. You can check him out on Thursday night for this game. See his average pass plus rush yards is 216. Projected pass plus yards is 251, facing a Seahawks team that is ranked 20th in the league in stopping the pass, and the Cardinals are ranked 30th in the league stopping the pass. What that tells me is neither team will be able to stop each other from passing the football, which is a good thing when you pick a players over passing yards. He's only cleared this number one out of two games, but as I mentioned earlier, the Seahawks are bad in the secondary. They're even worse guarding tight ends. They're the worst in the NFL versus tight ends. And he has a really good tight end in McBride who can definitely make some plays for Kyler Murray. I like this number for other reasons. He is a true dual threat. Kyler Murray said before the season that he was going to focus on running more. He was going to put his shoulder down and just make some plays with his legs. So we're still kind of waiting for that. I think he kind of takes over this game. They are coming off a bad loss. Give me this over 244 pass plus rush yards for Kyler Murray. Next guy is Daniel Jones of the Colts. 2025 average passing yards 272, projected passing yards 215. The Rams are allowing 165 passing yards a game. So they're doing really well versus the pass. If you look at this number 272 and then you see what Prize Picks and other books have him projected at, you'll realize that, man, this number is super low compared to his average. There's reasons for that. Number one, both teams want to run the football. Both teams like to have long drives that consume a lot of the clock. And both teams are okay with just, letting their defense win the game if need be. Both teams have decent defenses as well. As we mentioned, the Rams top five defense in versus the pass in the NFL. Perfect spot to fade him here. He's been over in three straight games. Now, if you think Daniel Jones is the MVP candidate, then you may want to go with him. But if not, this is a perfect time to fade someone who's been over in three straight games. Here's another important fact. Out of the games that he's been over, he's only throwing the ball 29 times. Sometimes it was at 25, and that to me is not enough passing attempts. He's not in the mid 30s. He's not even over 30 passing attempts average. Give me his under 221 passing yards for Daniel Jones. Next guy is Geno Smith. 2025 average pass plus yards is 288. I got him projected at 250, 58. Here's the thing. Bears are ranked 26 versus the run. What does that tell me? They can't stop the run. So when you can't stop the run, a team that is struggling offensively should turn to the run, especially when you drafted a running back in the first round. I think you see Ashton Jeanty getting a lot of carries in this game. Look for them to try to establish him and kind of like slow this game down a little bit. Smith has thrown four interceptions so far this season. So I think they want to kind of not say take the ball out of his hands, but they definitely don't want him slinging the ball 35 plus times. The Bears have struggled in the defense at the beginning of the season, but it looks like they're figuring things out as you saw them versus the Cowboys. Um, the Bears have had really long drives also against the Cowboys, 9-minute drives. So they take the air out of the football when they can. And like I said, going against a not great defense versus the run, look for the Raiders to try to establish that. Look for Geno Smith to go under. Here's another thing. Geno Smith is not a running quarterback. He can run, but he doesn't really want to. I'm not too worried about his rushing yards. Next player, Christian McCaffrey. Rushing yards 69, projected 72. Has been under in 7 games. So, guess the projection is at 72, but also don't believe he's going to get over this number. Let's be honest, he's facing the Jaguars ranked fifth versus the run, more effective out of the backfield receiving the ball. With Mac Jones at quarterback, they're not allowing him to throw the ball. I mean, to run the ball. They're forcing Mac Jones to throw the ball. I'm stacking the line if I'm the Jaguars. Also, already very good defensively versus the run, but not so much versus the pass. I absolutely love this under 70 rushing yards. Look for it to go up a little bit as well. Not understanding why, as he said, under this number in 7 straight games. 2025 average passing yards, 223 for Patrick Mahomes. Projected passing yards, 246. The Ravens are ranked the worst defense in the NFL, second worst versus the pass. So, here we go. The number opened at 247. That's where the number opened at. So I absolutely love it at 246. They were getting an extreme discount. I'm sorry, we were projected at 246. I absolutely love it at the number we're getting an extreme discount with a bad defense versus the pass. It's a game that should be kind of high scoring, 48 point total. So expecting some points in this game. The Josh Allen and Jared Goff both went over this line against these guys. Um, I don't see a way they slow down Patrick Mahomes. He should have got here last week. I think his number's too low. Give me this discount over 233.5 passing yards for Patrick Mahomes. And then we got Jordan Love of the Packers. Average passing yards 221, projected passing yards 235. Love, important fact, the Cowboys defense is ranked last in the NFL versus the pass. Absolutely last. They are not equipped for this situation. I like Jordan Love here. A very strong thrower of the football. I love the way he throws the football. Now, his receiver core could be questioned, but he has a really good tight end that he likes to go to. Russell Wilson and Caleb Williams cleared their passing number versus the Cowboys. Only person didn't was Jalen Hurts, who didn't throw the ball very much. Only 26 attempts a game, so look for that to go up. Look for an increase in his usage versus this bad secondary. Cowboys are allowing 397 yards passing a game. As I mentioned, really bad, really struggling all around. Don't see him getting any better here. Give me the over 233 passing yards for Jordan Love. Last pick, Michael Penix, average passing yard 201, projected 225. The Commanders have three players out from their secondary, so that's very important. So you're going to get some backup guys. Also, I like his weapons. I like Drake London. I like Pitts. I like Bijan Robinson coming out the backfield, making plays with his legs. I think he's going to go over this number. I like all these guys for Michael Penix in this spot. I think they're going to try to build his confidence. As you see, he did get pulled at the end of the last game. I think that was just to kind of, calm him down, get him ready for next week. Why go out there? Everybody has bad games, but the bounce back is always there, especially for a player that I do believe in. Give me this over 220 passing yards from Michael Penix the Jr. Two picks here. Going back to what I just said about the Falcons, I believe in them. I believe in their defense. I do not believe in Marcus Mariota to have two good games if it need be. I think they're going to try to ride him, especially because Jaden Daniels may not be healthy. But even with Jaden Daniels healthy, I still like the Falcons here. I like the Falcons defense. I like their offense. They've had a couple games they should have won. One where the field goal kicker couldn't make a kick, and the other one they just laid an egg. So with that being said, go ahead and give me the Falcons to win this game in a pick 'em. Falcons versus the Commanders. Give me the Falcons. And then my second pick, this is a no-brainer here. You got two shaky secondaries, two defenses that are struggling, and you have two really good quarterbacks. And I mean, there's no reason not to think about this being an over. I don't think no one stops anyone. I think it's going to come down to who can score last. And most of the times it's the Chiefs. I see it possibly being them again, but I like this over. It's way easier to cash. Give me the over 48.5 for the Chiefs versus the Ravens. And now we got a recap. A lot of picks right here. Kyler Murray over 244.5 pass plus rush yards. Give me Daniel Jones under 221.5 passing yards. Give me Geno Smith under 265 pass plus rush yards. Wait for that one to come up. Give me Christian McCaffrey under 70.5 rushing yards. That one has a possibility coming up too. Patrick Mahomes, 233 passing yards. Over. Jordan Love over 233 passing yards, and then Michael Penix Jr. over 220 passing yards. Huge show, a lot of information. If you do appreciate it, hit that subscribe button, of course. That's going to help me grow. And then also leave a comment, also leave a like. I do appreciate all the comments, all the information that I get from my subscribers, whether it's positive feedback, whether they have a idea on a pick. I love to discuss it with you. If you have a favorite pick for this week, leave it in the comment section. I will respond. I will tell you what I think. I'll probably, tell you if it makes enough sense to me if you can convince me. So let's try to do that. Also, check out the poll question. Go ahead and vote for that. As I always say, let's win some money, okay? And keep what you like, leave what you don't, and let's cash.